If we take a look at Mozambique ruby production today, from both the auctions, the material we're seeing at the gem fields, Montepuez ruby mine production, and from the Fura production, I would say Mozambique ruby is in a transition period for its characteristics. Overall, I see the amount of production to be less currently, especially in fine quality and larger size rough. That is much less than 2022 or 10 years ago when we were all spoiled with fine quality, rich red colors in large sizes and clean. There's also been less of a production of that vivid, deep, rich red color that Mozambique was known for, a little bit on the deeper side often. Now you have more of a bright red color. I see coming from both mines, a bright red color that's a bit softer, sometimes with a bit of a pinkish overtone and sometimes with a nice red fluorescence. Some of this production actually looks like what Mogok was producing in the 80s that the Japanese loved so much. In fact, one close friend of ours, a Thai manufacturer, called it a sweet red. Now, in the market, there may have been some adjustment in being able to accept and absorb this color, but from what I'm hearing of the Thai manufacturers, it's becoming more popular, especially with younger generations, often buy in some non-traditional ways like on the cell phone. They like this bright red, softer, sweet red color. So you can see different geographical areas that tend to prefer different colors and what markets these different colors, whether a deep rich red or a sweet red or whatever the case might be. But also, as productions tend to produce one type of characteristic, markets tend to covet what they see. They want what they see. And so I think this color, if it continues in production, will continue in popularity. In Myanmar, you have a difficult situation to describe and an interesting situation. If we take Mogok, it was taken over by the rebels and then bombed by the government. They actually hit the Butterfly Hotel where all the foreign dealers like to stay at. You have Mogok miners and dealers bringing the material to Yangon and Mandalay for local dealers and foreign buyers because access to Mogok is restricted. But you've also had some Mogok material come from Japan, from the secondary market onto the market, and you've also seen Burmese dealers that are well off. They hold back fine material and release it when the price is high, and the price is high now. But you also see production from Mongshu. Production from Mongshu is still occurring and is coming out of Myanmar, and also a lot of Thai dealers have stocks of Mongshu back from the 90s, and that is releasing into the market. We're seeing more Mongshu material.